What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another Elune video. As always, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Today, we're just going to get you guys all caught up on what I've been working on. As you guys know, it's been a couple of days since I've been able to post a video. A lot of things have happened, so I want to go ahead and share it with. Now, since we've been doing this over the last couple of videos, I do want to take just a little bit of time just to talk about all the different things that I did not know or basically did not take it full advantage of at the time, so that if you are learning this game alongside with me, you don't make the same mistakes that I do, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk about, this was actually something that we noticed when we were doing our stream, I think it was last Thursday, was when it comes to the adventure mode, we're currently right now in the normal stage. We're basically at the ice dragon right now. I think it's Democulus. I don't know how if that's pronounced right. Probably off a little bit. We're working pretty good with that. And then stage in the hard mode, I think we're at the third island right now, moving on to the fourth here. And actually, given where my equipment, my gear was at, I was supposed to be a little bit higher. I was actually stuck at the fifth island, probably my midway. And one of the things that I constantly did not check on was the Zodiac, right? So if you guys haven't checked this out, if you're from the Summoners War community, this is essentially like your arena towers, your guild towers. So this is a way for you to get yourself some passive stats, right? Between the physical defense, magical defense, HP, everything, attack speed, crit power, crit res. I mean, anything and everything you think of, it's going to be out there. These are going to be opening up for you as you level up your account. And as you can see here shortly, you will notice that basically I need to hit my next account level, which is going to be in here in a little bit. I'm really, really close to account level 40, so I can get a couple more things working. And now keep in mind that completing them is going to give you that little bit of a bonus. But honestly, if you're like me and you got a little bit of mana or a little bit of gold, just focus on the ones that you really, really want to. Now, I'm definitely going to work on them all, but you don't have to get everything going unless there's something that you're working on. I know a couple of people out there was, going out of the way to get their, pirate counter rate up, which of course, it would help out if you want to get more pirates, more skill ups and whatnot to make those books. But that being said, I feel like when we're just auto farming it all, the pirate counter, it basically procs, quite a bit there. I noticed it when it procs, and so I don't think it's like I'm losing any value not having it maxed out here. That being said, like I said before, I'm definitely going to work on it like everything else. Now, the last thing that I wasn't taking advantage of was my skill gems. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details as far as where my skill gems is, but the one thing I do want to point out is, as far as the places that I forgot to get them. Now, we know we can get them in the hard mode, right, in the stages. And another thing that I forgot was the fact that we can get them through the supply. So funny enough, I've been checking it on a regular basis. I believe it refreshes every 8 hours or so. I think it just refreshed right here. So actually, is it 8 or 12? I think it's 8. It might be 12 though. That being said, the violet, for me, I'm looking for a few. I'm looking for blue. I'm looking for violet. There's a couple of them that I need for a couple of my units. So I've been taking full advantage of this just for the fact that I think the value overall from some of the like 4s and 5s for me actually does really well here. So I definitely lack in this field. I have a lot of the small ones. I need to go ahead and evolve them, but I don't have the money to evolve them to the higher tiers. So that's where we're kind of at right now. Now, let's go ahead and get into as far as like where we're at with regards to our units. Now, units, we've collected quite a few new units over the course of the past 3 to 4 days. Probably the biggest impacts for me has been we had Chloe. And I would say Chloe and Rain has kind of been nice. So Chloe, you don't need any introduction when it comes to Chloe. Chloe Van is a super OP epic unit that just basically allows you to kind of go cheat mode when it comes to the boss stages. She has that super cool ability, the shockwave device drop here that's going to be able to paralyze the opponent for 3 turns when maxed out. So for some of you guys that have been asking, or maybe this is something that you thought of when it comes to the skill books, like who do you use them, who do you focus them on? Me personally, because of the fact that this unit is outrageously broken, it's super strong, this was the first unit that I even considered skilling up here. Now I want to make note here. Now this is completely maxed out, right? So I think it took 5 or 6 skill books to do it. I think it was 5, but it might be a little bit more. It might be one more. That being said, though, the reason why I say you gotta max skill it out or not, because you don't get that bonus for the 3 turns versus 2. until you max it out completely. So this is really, really important, just to provide you a little bit of that fail safe when it comes to those boss stages. Being able to lock down the boss for 3 turns and then cycle through your abilities, or even swap turns to go ahead and let Chloe go if you resist, is really, really strong. I mean, like I said, I was basically farming stage 4 to stage 5 of the first 2 dungeons in the daily bosses, and she basically catapulted me up to 8 or 9. I'm pretty sure that I can do 10. However, I'm just having a little bit of issues when it comes to resisting. Just some bad RNG basically, so I haven't been able to get the clear. That being said though, you know, getting this unit in your account, guys, this is just outrageously important. You definitely want to prioritize her because she just takes your account to an exponential level that allows you to get a really nice jump when it comes to your gear quality, right? So Reina for me has actually been pretty nice to combine there with the Chloe Van, but with regards to the second skill, it's been like a super hit and miss. It's definitely kind of held me back at some of the later stages when it comes to the boss session. That being said though, with everything that I learned when it comes to skill gems and just kind of focusing on putting the skill gems that you need to amplify what you're trying to do with that unit versus try to go for the set bonuses, shout out to Tech on one time, it's been pretty nice. And overall, I've been trying to improve it now. As far as my 6 stars go, I'd have to say that Reve is probably one of my better runed damage dealers. I feel like her kit overall has been pretty good. Again, she's kind of sitting in the higher range when it comes to like 43 to 59. And I think it's, as far as my count goes, it's been really clutch now. She's actually my main fodder farmer now. McCarthy kind of got pushed to the sidelines unless I'm going up a little bit higher in the hard stages. I want to bring in 2 and then use 3 units to farm fodder. But she's been kind of the unit that I've been bringing in to stage 1 hard if I'm looking just to kind of grind out some fodder and get it done. So now one thing I want to point out, I don't know if this is something that gets kind of argued back and forth. For me personally, you're going to see a lot of legendary gear, anywhere from +9 to max. Some of the epic gear anywhere from +6 to +9, which for epic gear, some of that is max. I think one of the mistakes that I initially made was I spent way too much gold on some of this lower tier stuff, and for me personally now, unless the stat exceptionally, like it benefits the unit exceptionally, like when it comes to damage, I'm gonna max out the damage. When it comes to somebody like a Stella per se, right? Stella is just one of those units where you might be like, oh, she's on the back line, she's support, whatever, but you guys know that one of the things that really plays dividends for her is her second and third skills respectively, where you got this ability that provides that barrier, right, to kind of shield your enemies, but it also scales up your attacks. So not only you're getting that additional bonus for regards to the barrier, but you're also getting a little bit more damage out of her. She's just kind of like an all-around great unit. So for units like this, most definitely I'm going to go ahead and max out her main skill. I want to go ahead and get as much attack as possible, and I'll take some of the other gear that I have right now and maybe roll it out to a +6 or even +9 just to see what kind of bonus stats I get, because if I get something that rolls a high amount of attack, that's all going to contribute to what I'm trying to do. Freya, we're working on her. You can see that these boots, I think I probably have boots here that need to be slapped on her. Oh, I don't know. Is this one here? Yeah. This might be this might be a great. Yeah, there you go. So we'll go ahead and upgrade right there. This was just today, guys. So we'll go ahead and upgrade there. Yeah, she's doing okay. Haven't done a lot of work on her skill gems. We've been working on. And this is another fail too. We were working on her second and third skills here, getting the green. I'm working on evolving some of these to 5-star. I want to get mine, mostly I want to get them to 5-star or more on these skill gems, and just take it across the board, just improve the healing overall, since that's what she is. She's a big old battery, right, and healing everybody. So outside of that, I think the last 2 that have been kind of a main focus, Owen, and then we have Arson. Now, Owen, he's kind of my all-around tank. We talked about him actually in my first video. He was actually one that I was going for as far as the affinity quests go, and then I just got super lucky one time and pulled him in the epic. Now, him, on the other hand, unfortunately, his stats, or his gear overall hasn't been super good, but this is one of those situations where I just used the best stuff that I got that also gave me the set bonus, because having the evasion rate, having that extra HP, since he's going to be my main tank overall, has been pretty nice. So I'm taking full advantage of it. Now for him, skill gems, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't worked on him as well. I got a lot of improvement that needs to be done on these units. I've just been focused on the gear right now overall, and then trying to evolve my skill gems to 5-star when I have the finances available to do it, so that I can get myself a decent amount of bump up to his effects when I get those higher or higher skill gem quality. Right, I want the higher grade, so to speak here. So. Last one is Arson. Now Arson, funny enough, I pulled him and I wasn't really super excited for him, but he's actually kind of been filling the void as a single target damage dealer until I get Kai. Now, funny enough, I did pull a duplicate one, I think, on the last stream. So I'm going to be able to transcend him probably. He's probably going to be the first one, yeah, that I'll be able to transcend as far as my legendary units go. And he's actually been pretty cool. I don't know if you have him, and if you haven't really focused on him, he's obviously a PvP Titan when you take a look at his kit. But he's one of those units that also can play a little bit of a support role. Like when I started using when I started doing those boss dungeons with regards to Reina and bringing in the what am I forgetting here? Oh my god, I'm forgetting the unit. Oh, Chloe. Yeah, when I'm bringing in Chloe, it's been kind of nice to take advantage of this Fierce Cry. Once again, that same kind of concept when it comes to Chloe, being able to provide that paralysis for 2 turns. Now, I will say this, the chances of landing this is way, way lower than Chloe, right? Chloe has her ability kind of scales off of her soul, so she has a chance to have a higher chance to land it in. But this is a backup again. Once again, if she fails, if Reina fails, that is an option as well. And then this one here, Extinction Strike, super OP, ton of damage here, really, really nice, especially when I'm clearing some of those regular PvE stages where I have to get myself to 3-star by getting everything done in 40 turns or 50 turns or whatever. So his overall damage has been pretty good. He has a really, really high scaling here for the attack, really, really nice as well. So outside of that, he's been pretty clutch here. I'm actually looking forward to building him up. So that's pretty much it in and up. So I'd say the first 7, these first 7 right here have been the main focus. I do have Stella. I've been working on her as well. She's actually probably one of my recent 6-stars. So first 8, so to speak, or first 7 with Stella as well. Now, I don't know what you guys are looking forward to building down the road. I did build in May, whatever. This was a really, really nice tank when it comes to magic. Overall magic damage tank and magic resistance, really, really nice one as well. Haven't worked on it too much because Owen's just doing what it needs to do. Now I will say this though, I don't know if you don't have Owen, I think this unit is just outrageously strong. You can see I haven't even, I'm just leveling up right now. I'll probably go ahead and put a little bit into him, but I was taking a look at his skill set. It is pretty nice. He has so many, crowd controlling abilities here. This Frostbite for 3 turns. We got the Provoking to go ahead and lock the people down. And then we got a couple of ways to improve our damage when units are inflicted with the Frostbite and Freeze. And then you can also see here another way of basically mitigating damage by being able to reduce it by 5% per enemy or ally afflicted with the Frostbite or Freeze. What I like about this one is not just the enemy, right, but it's also the ally. So if you're going up against something that has that kind of mechanic in there, then you can take full advantage of this as well. And then after that, the Draconian Scum, when you get a 6-star, you got that immunity to Frostbite and Freeze. And then when you're attacked, you get a 50% chance of reflecting the weakened effect back to the attacker. To me, that is outrageously strong. This guy just looks like an overall great epic tank. If you guys don't have another one like Owen or Fahrenheit, whatnot, so definitely take a look into that one if you haven't done it already. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't really have anything in the works right now. It's just basically leveling up. You can see a lot of these are 37, 39, just leveling them up, getting ready to get them at that 5-star, so that when I cap out when it comes to my rare and my epic, for my fusions, I can take them up to the next level, get myself the 6-star epics, the 6-star legendaries, and see if I can get lucky. Last but not least here, I want to go ahead and finish off the video with my little 1 summon. I keep on forgetting, dude, this is so bad. I keep on forgetting to do my free premium summon. It's just horrible. Like, of all the things that we got to do, like this, I don't think this is like surprising to anybody. Like, I felt like this game came out super polished, really, really good, right? A lot of cool things going on. But I'll tell you what, when I think about it, there was a lot of there was a lot of, I'm gonna say, gameplay, just things that you can do, which I think is like, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It can be overwhelming for new people that have no idea or never played like a gacha game like this that's really super complex. But it's been kind of nice because I find myself, when I do have time, to kind of take a step back and look at the game. Like I'm always being able to learn something. Like there's no day that goes by where I don't learn something, whether it's just through playing the game overall, or just taking the time to research the community, the forums, different YouTube and Twitch channels out there, just so I can learn a lot of things that we could learn. And like I said, as I learn them, I will go ahead and provide them to you. Okay, so we're gonna finish off the video with this summon. Can we get an epic? Can we get a legendary? I'll take whatever I can get. Ugh. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay, dude. We got Chloe out of a random epic. We got Owen out of a random epic. Like, and obviously we started out strong with Freya and McCarthy. Can't even get mad. Can't even get mad right now. This is, I'll take this little guy. So that's gonna be it, guys. Once again, I do apologize that I can't make 42,000 videos a week. I'm definitely going to try my very best now. For those of you guys from the Summon Sword community that also play Elune, I'm gonna be out of town this week. I'm gonna be going to the Chicago meetup here this weekend, so I'm gonna try my very best to try to make a couple of videos this week as I have some downtime to do it, and have a couple of videos for you guys down the road. Now, if you do have any questions, or if you do have any topics that you really want to know about, or you want to find out about, please put it in the comment section down below. I'm actually reaching out to a couple of different influencers. We're going to be connecting, we're going to be collaborating, and I'm going to get their insight, since they've been really grinding the game inside and out, and provide that for you guys so that you can get all the information you need. Okay, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye.